I think it's pretty safe to say, this life is full of unanswered questions. Questions that we'll never understand, never be able to comprehend because we think that we got to have it all figured out. And in fact, we don't. And so different things happen. And we wonder, and it causes us to question, and why God, why? When God, when? But, at the end of the day, and I've been wrestling with this for several days now, ever since the passing of a dear friend of mine who was a gentle giant in this land. Somebody that I held a lot of respect for, somebody that I loved greatly and deeply. I'm not going to go any more deeper than that. I'll probably start bawling crying a river. But anyway, he was definitely one of those guys that meant a lot to a lot of different people, And, it definitely was one of those guys that that had that gift of faith, and that carried him through whatever challenge he faced, and allowed him to be able to do what he did, allowed him to be able to be there for his family, and allow his dad to kind of mend that relationship. His dad obviously him and his dad kind of had a rough relationship early on. Because I was going through some stuff years ago, and it was good to see that kind of being repaired, and I respect that. I love that so much, and I said on there, one of the comments, there's nothing like a father's love, and I mean that all due respect, because there's a father's love that goes deeper and loves longer, loves complete and full, and that's something that you can never take back, But getting back to this gift of faith thing, he had that gift of faith, just like my dad did, that believed fully in what God was doing for his life and what God wanted for him, Even though he didn't get the healing on this earth, it's important to know that, regardless of the situation, God doesn't love any of us any less. I think a lot of times we will, forget about, oh yeah, or we say, well, is it, and this is kind of where I've been at, is it God's will that somebody be taken from this life, and now they've got a mom and a dad no longer have a son, or a wife doesn't have her husband, and 3 kids don't have a dad. So I'll leave it at that. That's all. Thanks.